The wall has been destroyed by one old man. I told you he was a dragon and nobody believed me. The free folk have been united in a single beyond the wall empire. Just ignore that bit. I haven't dealt with that quite yet. And with that, we have completed everything. He stands proud and tall, having achieved his life's work. Well, I mean, not really his life's work. It was kind of like the last 5 years, really. Never let anybody tell you too old to do something. He's 83 and he spent the last 10 years fighting across the most inhospitable landscape there is. Now, my friends, we have to deal with something perhaps even worse than that. Something even more inhospitable. Base game mechanics. I realized whilst editing yesterday's episode why this struggle has not ended. You see it. You see it too. It turns out that there is more to the wall than what I thought. I even said it. Is this not the new gift? And it is, and it counts as being part of the struggle beyond the wall. I hate to say it, I think we have to go to war with the North. And to recap, only when this struggle has been resolved can we make the kingdom of beyond the wall, or in this case, obviously, it's an empire beyond the wall. We can't directly get involved, of course, because we are an interloper. We're technically not even part of the struggle, despite the fact that we own every province involved in this bloody war, obviously except for Frostfangs, and apparently the new gift. Is it possible we could go to war with House Stark and the entirety of the North? Of course, it's not the Iron Throne, it's not the Seven Kingdoms at this point, so I'm not super concerned. 33,000 of their finest. They've got 6,000 in levy size, which is all that really matters, versus our very nice army of 69,000. Actually, they've got way more retinues than us, haven't they? We've got, what is that, 3,000, 4,500. We've only got about 6,000 in total there. Our 6,000 versus their 6,000. But, of course, we've got our own weapon here. An 83-year-old man. Oh, my God, old age has had a knock-on effect there. Is there not a way you can negate the negatives of old age for prowess? Am I misremembering? Am I going mad? Well, obviously, there's nothing in that tree, otherwise we'd already have it. Now, either that's CK2 or there's something here. There's something in... Oh, God, there's something in maybe glory, perhaps? I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because clearly we don't have access to it right now, even if it is in the game. If we're going to do this, we have to do it fast, is what I'm getting at. So I think we really come out swinging here. We simply conquer... Oh my God, I can't conquer it all in one go. It's two separate places. The Northern Mountains and the Last Lands. Oh my God, they're two separate duchies. They haven't been converted into that single new gift. Oh God, that makes it hard. So we'd have to take this from, what is that? House Umber. And then we'd also have to take this, all of these different ones as well. I guess without further ado, let's get on with it. Conquer slightly south as well, and then we make that our border region. Obviously, now that the war's broken, there's not really much defensively it's doing for us there. Okay, war with King Daemon. Now, he didn't have allies when I was looking at his tab, right? He didn't have anything here. Allies. Oh, allies military strength is 6,000. Oh, I read that as his bloody levies. Oh, we're going to absolutely annihilate him then. Sorry, I take back everything I've said. Shouldn't have given you any credit compared to us. Now, there are some other possibilities that people have talked about in the comment section. Converting culture, creating a hybrid culture. Obviously, we need to convert everything to High Valyrian in our capital region if we want to be able to solve the struggle in our current position without doing anything else. The problem is we're only 41 out of 100 on one of the 6 places we need. That's not going to happen. Oh no. He's become melancholic. He's lost widows. He's become melancholic. Oh no. All his victories are nothing without his lovely wife. Let's have a look. What does melancholy do for us? Diplomacy -1. Oh, it's really not that bad. Moderate health penalty though. Ugh. If I get him... Oh, we can now get remarried. But he's also very sad about it. It would just be a marriage of convenience and not a marriage of love. I mean, to be fair, though, neither was... Oh, there were entire armies right there. Okay, sorry, come back together. To be fair, his first relationship wasn't a marriage of love. It was a marriage of almost murder. She was sent to assassinate him after all. Oh. Oh, by all means, throw yourself into the meat grinder. 58, okay. We've got... What have we got in terms of advantage? Organizer, reckless, rough terrain expert. Ooh. Hello. In the Sullen Hills. Okay, if we can fight them there, that would have been good. Catch them like that. That's every single one of their troops destroyed without any question about it. We've just absolutely destroyed them. Oh my God. And, come on, show me the result here. Did we just kill their entire army? Wow. It turns out we're the others in this case. No losses, but okay, that was 3 dudes. What about this one? We killed 33,000. 10 men survived that. We lost 398. Well, That makes me feel confident. I'm not going all the way down to Winterfell. It's bloody miles away. Stay strong. The supply will hold. The supply will hold. The supply's not holding anymore. How are we looking in terms of our actual army then? Let's have a peek. Oh, 1% attrition is really not that bad. Oh, and perhaps most importantly of all, that will be know thyself. When death of natural causes is 1 year away, you will receive a warning. That means we know adequately when to start planning for the end, when we need to be a little bit concerned about succession, making sure that we've got that empire title of the wall that, of course, we can just make. Doesn't feel right. Don't really like it too much, but that will do. Okay, where's your other fortress here? Let's take that one. This is obviously the war goal side. Someone is trying to kill my sister Shayna. That would be a problem because she's the one with the dragon. Although, would that then become a wild dragon? Somebody said build a dragon pit, but I was told that we can't do that beyond the wall, but we'll certainly have a look. Okay, let's enforce the demands then. We took a little bit more than I wanted there and not quite what I needed. But we know that it's very possible. Can we not just make some sort of enormous unified empire of the north? Because, I mean, they've got enough land. They've got loads of land. Maybe we'll also take this in Bear Island and then draw the line there. Actually, on the subject of good land, I was looking through the unique buildings, right? So, which one is that again? Economy and buildings. There we are. So, south of the wall, they have special buildings, unique buildings, absolutely everywhere. And I mean, Valyria. Valyria is a whole other thing we'll talk about in the future. I mean, maybe we get a little sad of living in this frozen north and we decide to try and head back home, you know. But this is, they've got an insane amount of stuff. And then you look beyond the wall, we've got Hardhome, which is in ruins. We've got the Fist of the First Men, the Broken Ring Fort, which is in ruins. The Wall, which is in ruins after someone blew it up. And then basically our capital province there, which I think we also have to, oh no, that one's fine. Great Circle. So 2 Great Circle barrows. We've got copper mines and some kilns and some tin mines. And that's it. We can make bronze. I mean, economically, it's not the nicest place to live, but these things happen, don't they? We could just immediately declare war, break a truce for 3 years. We lose a level of fame. What is fame when you could have a lasting legacy that won't splinter apart when you die? That's our last resort, but we'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that if we have that 1 year left and I can't act on it. Speaking of last resorts, well, this one's kind of a first resort for our guy. He loves to murder. We have sent Egret Woodskinner in after him. Very appropriate name for an assassin. That means we can now conquest the Frostfangs without breaking truce. And I mean, it's perfectly within this man's nature that he would murder, given the whole sacred murder Valyrian ambition thing. Maybe then I could perhaps justify you dropping down dead very suddenly. That'd be good. 58% secrecy, 108 days. Oh, what do you think? It's a shame that doesn't update dynamically as you pick this stuff, huh? That would be much nicer for making a decision. Skin potential, phase length, secrecy. I mean, I might even go phase length, given that our guy is slightly old at this point. So let's go for that then. Go on. See what we can do with it. Besides, Starks getting murdered by ambitious people is the entirety of Game of Thrones, you know? So I'm not concerned about that. Let's put our rally point there, and let's deal with some of the very final provinces for the entirety of the north here. Go ahead and conquer the duchy, and then all that's left is simply our nemesis. Not that we care about her. Queen Mole over there in the frozen shore. Did I just say a new intrigue perk? What the hell? Oh! My daughter-in-law, Playful Kitten, has given birth to a daughter. Yeah, I did marry one of the sons off to basically anybody with robust, because at least that way, honestly, you're so far down the line of succession, you would just be called whatever you end up being. Now, this is more interesting. Malerion Xanaxis Vermithraxis Kaland on the second and his wife, Maya Vrashtix. Show me genius, Herculean, attractive. Shit. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Honestly, I would prefer the mental side of things, but that's alright. Jaehaerys. I'm going to have to come up with a bloody name for you now, aren't I? Somebody said you should anagram the parents now instead. The problem with that is, well, I mean, we could do my Vrashtix instead. Well, this name is basically just Valyrian. You could have told me this is a character out the book and I'd have believed you. Maids Varix. My god, they love me. Chieftain of Polkbush sends gold. Enthused with your conquests. Oh my god, they love him. We should check the vassals and see if they actually do really love him. I don't think anybody really cares. What about the factions? Loyalist faction is safeguarding their league from enemy factions. There is one person. It's Rhaegal of Flatfang. Great vassals who can't... There is no one. Nobody dislikes us. What about our actual opinion, then? Opinion of you. Let's go to the bottom. Arion the Philosopher. Valyrian. Why do you not like me? Ennobled adventurer. Tribal. Impatient. Offensive war. -42. Oh, he's a baby. He's just a baby. Oh my god, another one. Jenna Sand. You might remember she was born... obviously, is clearly of Valyrian descent. One of our tribal, one of our caravan members, Biffles McWibble's daughter. You are Maelor Targaryen. You're not very good. You're so far down the line of succession. Obviously, I'm not going to be anagramming every name. It'll take the episode 3 times as long to get finished. He amuses us. My guy's far too arrogant to have proper friends, after all. Okay, amazing. So now all we've got left, then, is just that final province. Maybe then it will say, hey, you sure do want to end this conflict, given that you own everything involved? How long until we are... let me have a look at my guy instead. I know how this game works. I've played it before. We are looking for Queen Mole. We've got another 12 months before we're done with her. Well, speaking of murders, I think... yeah, we're maxed out. FaceTime is low enough that I think we're just going to let that tick and get all the advantages we can. I mean, 95%, you know. It was an intrigue perk. Oh, it doesn't tell me what it does anymore. Intrigue increases by what OS better. Powerful plots. Hostile scheme length. Ooh, yes. 10 days faster per point we put into that. That's crazy. Let's commission another epic because he has many, many good stories to tell. Better than anyone else. Mataris. 430 gold. Holy shit. He's greedy, but he's also arrogant and would want the story to be as best as possible because no one else is capable of capturing his majesty and glory. Because I chose Renown, he's now very, very stressed, but luckily, we've got the brothel right there. Minus 169 stress. You couldn't make it up. Speaking of things we could spend the money on, Hardhome is actually the capital of the Empire. Because it's like the only real proper city beyond the wall. Well, let's not call it a city too much. Right now, though, it counts as a ruin, the ruins of Hardhome. We can upgrade it for 3,300 gold. Resettled and restored, Hardhome is now a flourishing town in the heart of the true north. We could go for it. We could potentially move our capital over here, but then is just like so much better. I mean, you could also make an argument for the Fist of the First Men. Where is that again? It's somewhere, Knuckle Ridge, here we are. Fist of the First Men also makes for a really incredible fort when it's fully upgraded. Someone feels a bit more central to the whole thing, but I like being nestled right up there deep in the north where we're basically untouchable. I just think it's a cool aesthetic we've got going on. And speaking of aesthetics, there was a few people asking, perhaps maybe it's time to update the banner. I think what we should do is make a cadet house. I mean, it should be fine, right? There are obviously certain events only Targaryens can take, but it should count as a cadet dynasty. A cadet of the dynasty, so we should be able to do it, depending, of course, how some of these mods have been implemented. Where is create cadet branch? What do we need for that? Government. Oh, our government doesn't allow it. We'd have to become feudal. Ew. Or we just become househead and we tell them what to think. I don't know how this guy's still the househead. It's ridiculous. I float a crazy idea. We need a Valyrian holy site to consecrate bloodline, correct? You control one Valyrian holy site. We've just got to win over the archpriest. We need religious icon, which, to be fair, probably not going to happen. I won't lie. However, with that, we could potentially consecrate. And if I'm not mistaken, Dragonstone is a holy site. Not only if we take that, could we have back all of the Valyrian treasury, but we could also... all of the House Targaryen treasury, but we could also do a lot of stuff with an extra holy site. What bonuses do we get from having a holy site, out of curiosity? For having Dragonstone, opinion of different faiths plus 20, same faith opinion plus 10, makes us more syncretic. Can I revoke all of these feudal titles? In high tribal authority, I'm sure we can actually get that at this point. There you go, beautiful. I didn't expect this guy would live that long, but there we are. Revoke the title. What's he going to do? If he declines, he will rise up in rebellion with other disgruntled vassals, which might be all of his friends there. Well, at least in Seal Shore, right? Well, that makes my life very easy, because I can just do a little bit, put a little bit of military pressure on him, you know? Just go ahead and do something like that. Okay, let's have a chat about this title then that you're not so happy about. Oh, Lord Domeric. Oh, hello. This is the Lord Domeric I was just about to revoke titles from. Thank you for your generous gifts, I appreciate that. And now we get rid of him. Hi, Domeric, thanks for the gifts. There's another gift I'd like from you, though, my friend. Very good. Very, very just, and now he's just an unlanded guy. Perfect. Let's build all of this back up and give it to a Valyrian guy instead. Let's just go ahead and revoke all of these, if that's okay, fella. Doesn't count as tyranny, right? I will admit, I didn't even check. Oh, active tyranny. Oh, dear. Well, all subjects lose 10 opinion of you. Is it worth doing it just to get them out? Is it worth doing that? I mean, at this point, no, because he's just a random bloke. I could just give that to a Valyrian guy instead and have him shuffled under them as a vassal. That way, it's their problem. Do we want to land some of our family members? That's probably a great idea. Maybe start taking some duchies for them? Or it might make them upstarts a little bit. No, I feel like we probably should. I will give it to my favorite son. Here you are, my friend. You may have all of this. All of this to do as you see fit with. That is my gift to you. And then we'll gift the next one to the next son. Really, this is just kind of putting them in charge of something that's going to be very difficult for them to hold. Is there not a duchy settle for the wall? Oh, right, that's right. We can't make it. Shit, well, that's going to inflate our vassal limit a bit, isn't it? And any second now, we might be able to get ourselves some more land up here in the north. Another learning lifestyle. Oh, healthy gives a medium boost to counteract the melancholy. Okay, we're back in. We've just broken even at that point. Ooh, we got a lot of these popping up. Upon completion, receive a family epic book artifact, improves combat advantage. Okay, sure. There's literally nothing left for him to learn. And without further ado, my friends, execute the scheme. Cover every angle. 95% success chance. Wow. He actually survived. How frustrating. The assassin made a critical mistake in a delicate moment. Damon woke up to see a menacing figure cloaked in darkness standing by his bed and immediately screamed for help. Okay. My involvement in the crime remains unknown, but now he's watchful. It hasn't pushed us back that much. Oh, and Domeric Icemark also died. Yeah, it hasn't pushed us back that much, so I'm not super upset. It's just very annoying that we've lost all of our advantages, of course. Might just be worth giving it another gun. We hit that 5% and just go for 70. You bitch. You just spent my... Oh! What do you mean? Eerie loud noises were heard one night in the nearby villages. Oh my god, I thought this was an assassin. Maybe it is, actually. It still could be. I don't know. Maybe they failed. Mysterious noises and colors. Okay. Seems like it's upsetting the locals and not just specifically in my guy's castle. Okay. Founder gives +1 to everything. That's kind of fun. Promote culture. Reduce time for promote culture. This might be the job of our next character. We're building the empire. The next character is going to have to bring unity to it, whether that is forming that hybrid culture, whether that is spreading high Valyrian culture and saying, no, we're the best. We're going to keep that for ourselves. Now, of course, worth mentioning, if I make the hybrid culture, we get access to giants. So... you know, we don't have dragons, but that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And there's our book that I don't really want, but thank you. Was that going here? Oh, it's a core artifact. Okay, I guess we'll put it on display somewhere then. Fine, it's a free slot at that point, isn't it? Where can I put it? Wait, we've got limited... oh, we got limited book slots? Ooh. Okay, well, let's swap that one out then for the Targaryen saga instead of some random wildling book. Oh, it would appear my dear, sweet friend, whatever her name is, the one that calls me a nemesis, just happens to be off of truce. Oh dear, what a terrible day to be you. That's a single county. She's got nothing else. Her troops have nowhere to go. A friendship with Claxon, Sneezy Targaryen. Oh, someone's beat him. You should have run away. No, 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 no. He keeps shy. Oh, God, shy or craven. Oh. Okay, well, I'd rather him avoid it than be a coward. Bear in mind, my guy's shy. That's why he's never allowed himself many friends until apparently he turns 85. It's all bravado. It's all bravado to make up for the fact that he's very uncomfortable around people. Social anxiety gone wrong, and suddenly 80,000 people are marching on someone's capital. Give me that. Oh, why, thank you. I appreciate that, whoever you are. She still stays our nemesis, though. To be fair, she's got more of a reason to be our nemesis now. Right, now that I own everything, can I readjust some titles here? Ah, here we go. Kingdoms, though. Ooh, kingdoms. I'd have to revoke some titles and give it to sons, make them the kings, but then it would be... you're basically just opening yourself. You're basically inviting the infighting at that point, aren't you? What is this de jure part of? Ah, well, here you go, my friend. I've got a title for you. And the final bit of junk to give away here, so I've got to give you basically... oh, basically only Ruddy Hall. Ruddy Hall is where Tormund is from. Oh... minus 69% because he's just implemented anti-murder countermeasures. Is there anything I can do to him? Can I send it at our faceless assassin? Not that I think they take many contracts from a random upstart king. Why can't we be the 8 kingdoms and not just the 7, huh? I've got a brand new one for you here. We'll just take a bit more from the north because we need to grow crops somewhere. We could just go to war. Sod your truce. Just get on with it. We could just say fuck it. I mean, how long until that truce expires? Bloody ages, right? Hang on, what have you got? Truce is going to last another 3 years. My guy might not. He's 85, but I mean, his health will very, very rapidly start deteriorating. Should we just say sod it? Because with this, we can potentially... okay, that's a lot of land. With this, we can potentially call it complete. You know, we'll know for sure if we can end the struggle with just simply this. So, hold on. We lose a level of fame. We lose 500 legitimacy. Legitimacy is irrelevant. We'll just crush them. 250 prestige. Bear in mind, this guy's arrogant. He's manifesting destiny. He's got that crazy conqueror trait. He's not letting anybody stand in his way. If anybody's ever going to break a truce, it's going to be an old man who hasn't yet completed this legacy that he set out to complete, that he's dedicated his whole life to. I mean, he's getting desperate. I think that's very fair to say. He's dedicated his whole life to trying to get something, and this is the thing he's ended up with, and now arbitrary reasons are standing between him and what he wanted. So you know what? I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow that truce break. Sorry, 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. Yeah, what were you talking about? You got twins? Rael and Alisan. I mean, the inheritance is fantastic. They're so far down the line of succession again. If we end up marrying some of them, right, and they become a central figure in the rest of the story, maybe then I'll give them a nickname. You know, I'll just directly change their names, but we'll pretend it's a nickname that they've got later in life, right? Where's the... Oh, that's an odd place to put a fort for that entire province. Let's start sieging back in that direction. My god, we are flying through them here. What have I missed? Oh, we gotta go to... Wait, what have I missed? How can I not progress into that province? What else? Oh, this is one... Okay, we gotta go through here. Oh, that's frustrating. Someone's trying to kill Maelor. It's probably those fucking Estamonts again. I thought we ended the feud. We have. No, we're still feuding with Estamont. I ended that yesterday, did I not? Has it restarted? How can that have happened? I wonder if we ended the feud, but there was so much bad blood between our AI part of the dynasty that they still had murder plots ongoing or something like that, or just refused to put it aside. Oh no, he's got an itch. This is potentially fatal. I can't ignore it. I'll scratch it. Don't die. It was not actually fatal, but when you're old, any stress can potentially finish the job, right? Oh. Preparations for of my lines for the inevitable battle of Bat's Cave. Shayna descends like a bolt of lightning, and with a thwoop that can be heard across the whole battlefield, I watch his body get struck from his horse, flying dozens of feet before crashing into the ground. Some random highborn commander there, completely crushed by our cousin's dragon. Thank you, cousin. We should probably give her some land, keep her around, you know? What if I got a dragon kit? Well, the Bat Cave? Alfred. I suppose, then, we should set up a dragon pit south of the wall, right? Make Warden Balon a knight? Absolutely, I should. And with these short 20 days, the war should be over. And with that, happy to inform you that Valyrian Xanax's Vermithrax's Kaelandon has relinquished his position of regent to me after a brief yet lively discussion. What? Why is he imprisoned? Usurp my regent? This is a crime. It allows me to imprison. Smithery Vax, trying to get more power, has imprisoned Valyrian Xanax's Vermithrax's Kaelandon Targaryen II. It is what it is for the moment. How dare he? Honestly, I respect it. I respect the play. I respect the ambition. I respect that he's trying to climb the ladder. I think that would give this ambitious old man a little bit of a smile in his old age, knowing that maybe his dynasty is in safe hands. Now then, let's discuss ending this struggle where I control 100% of everything involved, inarguably this time. Ransom my son and heir for you. No, demand his release. But then again, maybe he should release himself. If I'm here to encourage ambition, maybe you should release yourself, huh? There are things to be doing, though, in the meantime. We can upgrade our tribal hold. If this is going to be our capital, let's make it a bloody capital. It's not going to be much of a capital, I will admit, but we'll do what we can in these areas to improve them. Ooh, the copper mines can go up. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's start working on that then. We've saved up plenty of money from all our conquests, so let's reinvest it. Let's prove to the people that we're a good ruler, and my God, we're here to stay. I'd quite like that back, actually. Can I borrow that off of you? No? Oh, because it's like a sub-holding, right? You don't get any tyranny from that. Oh, well, that's mine now. Sorry to say it, that's mine as well. I'll be taking direct control of everything, and then I'm going to ransom out all these people to pay for it. Oh, another child beaten. I can only give him Craven. Oh, he was potentially so good. Who is in line for succession, then? Let's be reasonable here. Who do we maybe want to play as? It's got to be Remix Ash's Targaryen. Brave, vengeful, bossy. You could be very, very good. Let's put you on Marshal instead. You can study warfare. Is there anything I can do for you? Have you studied a language? Okay, what language do you speak? Old Tongue. I was going to say it's a bit weird that they spoke Common and not Old Tongue, given that in the books it says that the Then speak the Old Tongue. Okay, well, that's cool. That seems only a good investment for you. I might just designate him heir. What do you think? We just go for it, declare him as heir? Controversial? Everyone else is really pissed off? Fuck him. You're my heir now. I think we have to go for that. Controversial heir, that's something he's going to have to live with. Chosen as a favorite child. He's beautiful, Herculean, and is maybe the only one. I mean, he's got Aspiring Blade Master, the only kid that can really take on after you. You've got some really, I think, complementary personality traits. Brave, vengeful, bossy. You could be amazing. Can we influence you as well to become, I think, inquisitive? I think diligent is very good as well. Should we just give him diligent? Bear in mind, inquisitive is only good if we're traveling along the road. That's my boy. Oh, what a good kid. I'll point this out just because I know people will ask. A new mod hit the workshop that is apparently very, very good for performance. It prunes a lot of old characters from the save. I've used similar mods in the past. This one is absolutely riddled with anime girls. so we probably won't look at it too much. I'll just set that up in the background to run and clean the save and not spend too much time dwelling on that, huh? Maybe we have a feast. He's been fighting non-stop for probably well over a decade now. You're a legendary reveler. Sit down, enjoy yourself. A legendary feast. A final toast focused on your legend. Oh, well, we bloody should then, shouldn't we? Good gathering halls in those. No expense spared. We want to spread his legend, and let's go down there and actually go and see if we can convince some more people to try and get this out there in the world. I would love a fully upgraded legend before he dies. Oh, my Vrashtics, open up my Spring Blossom. It's his eye, Smithery Vax. Smithery Vax is trying to sleep with my Vrashtics. There's some deeper conspiracy going on here. You've imprisoned, I mean, firstly, they're all related. It's Targaryen, doesn't really matter too much. You've imprisoned her husband, your brother, and now you're trying to get with her. Disgusting. It's my son, Lord Smithery Vax. It's the plot. That's the scheme to seduce, isn't it? Oh! He's gone. He's gone. He died under house arrest. I didn't need to designate this kid my heir anyway. He became a controversial heir for absolutely no reason. Oh, that sucks. He shouldn't be a controversial heir if your main heir is in prison. I don't think that's that controversial. We just go for this one. Is life without him in it even worth living? Normally this gives you melancholy. We've already got it. We just basically throw off all of our stress at once. I remember him as a baby, so tiny, so fragile, despite that he survived growing up, growing older until now when he suddenly stopped. 56. Oh, well, there goes all our stress. Another one for my heir, greedy, gregarious, lustful. Gregarious could be very good, but greedy, I think, keep greedy. Keep greedy. Greedy has got us so far. And a new perk as well. Let's have a look. Oh, it's for... Yeah, I don't know what's suddenly broken that overnight. That's very bizarre. Sound Mind for minus 2% stress gain. Able Body for a small health boost. Yeah, I mean, if you're offering, I guess I'll take that. How are we looking? Still feeling fine. Even with the melancholy, which I think might disappear over time. Game and Targaryen, very good. Handsome, intelligent, robust. So far down the line of succession, once again, that we won't worry about that too much. Welcome, friends. The feast is beginning at long last. Crack open my secret stores. Moors, let me tell you a story. He starts promoting the greatest conqueror. That's what we're after. Even though he's just a random dude, I'm not really too worried about that. Legendary feast. Legend spread chance 15%. Legendary host. Highest stress loss. Obviously, we'll go with the legendary feast then for the higher promotion chance. I want every single free folk, from the wall right up to Then, to know the legend of... well, I mean, they do know the fact that he's a legendary conqueror. They fought him. It's a little bit redundant, isn't it? We've got to try and convince them that it was like a glorious thing and, you know, we should fear him and be in awe a little bit, and the whole Valyrians are closer to the gods idea. In fact, now that we're in the neighborhood, we should peruse the artifacts market, because we've actually got money for it now. Should we buy a dragon skull? It's very expensive. Oh, it's very expensive. It's the only one for sale. Limited edition. Oh, God. That's very expensive, but... Actually, this is a really nice UI. Look at that. Sorry, very minor thing there. Yeah, I'm going to pay for that. Have an enormous dragon skull. I mean, they couldn't even fathom something like this up here. Have an enormous dragon skull hanging over the throne. Boom. We can't equip it. Only the Red Keep can display it. I just spent like 1,100 gold on a dragon skull that we're keeping in a cupboard. We're taking some time here to do a little thinking, do a little research, and figure out what I really want from this. Despite what the game thinks, we own 100% of everything involved here. We even have a border region. We've destroyed the wall. We've got a new capital. Everybody is subjugated. We're a conqueror. Nobody can stand up to us, and nobody is standing against us. There is no wall to struggle over. Therefore, my friends, I have made an executive decision. I believe that it does not make any sense that we would not be involved or allowed to influence this struggle in any way. I think the second the wall blew up, it was already done, wasn't it? So here we are. We are involved in the struggle beyond the wall. There's no wall to there's no beyond the wall. It does not exist. It is simply just the further north at this point. You can end the struggle. And I think the second we blew that horn, the struggle had already finished. And our option is Then dominance. It's time for a strong leader to finally drag the free folk from the mire of war and division, which we already have. The True North will be united under a Valyrian king flying the Then banner. What a weird combination, huh? Dynasty Targaryen gains 10,000 renown. Bloody hell. You gain the nickname King Beyond the Wall. It unlocks the creation of the Empire Beyond the Wall. And then some other things happen there. We can promote culture faster. There's some cultural hostility and blah, blah, blah. I haven't removed any of the restrictions except the cultural one. Because, well, I mean, it seems a bit a bit of a moot point now, right? Everything else is still the same. We still control the right amount of kingdoms. No one else is involved, etc., etc. So I think, my friends, without further ado, to not drag this out any further, any more unnecessarily than it already was, let us end the struggle. The chaos that the lands beyond the wall suffered in the preceding centuries has left a stain in the hearts of its inhabitants. Today begins this land's next chapter. There is now no other realm that can truly contest then dominance in the lands beyond the wall, or the priests of the settlers who bring the word of the gods and the high Valyrian civilization to its villages. And that's true. We've defeated all of the wildlings and even the north itself now. All that remains is to declare this victory, having decided how to proceed with our rule, and there are benefits there as well. All house members conquer Duchy Casus Belli against other involved cultures minus 50%. Oh, but that was only... Was the north involved? I suppose it probably was. Well, maybe it was, because obviously it's against the Night's Watch who don't have a culture. And there we are. Wow, we've actually done it. We've actually done it. King Maelerion, Xanax's Vermithrax's Caelandon Targaryen, the king beyond the wall. And without further ado, if you don't mind, I'll be making that quite official. Let's do it. You are now a mighty high king. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better, doesn't it? No longer does it say Then. Who the Then, anyway? Someone we crushed early on. Now, without further ado, we become an adventurer. No, I'm joking, obviously. That would be a bit extreme all of a sudden, a bit bizarre. What kind of cultural impact has that had? 2 years left now instead of whatever it was before. That's pretty good. I feel a little bit better about potentially converting all of these provinces in at least our capital region, right? At least dealing with all this lovely green land up here. And you know what? I think I'm happy with that for not only today, but I think for this character entirely. What we're going to do with the guy now, I think, is go out raiding. We should be allowed to do that. Gather up some artifacts. Try and take back what's ours. Maybe we try and take the painted table. I think we definitely need to try and become house head. Whether we want to go down there and declare war on Dragonstone, because I think we've got claims on that, probably would be a sensible thing to do, and then maybe just to give it to someone random and let them rule it in our stead, because we were rejected from there. So you know what? We're going to reject it. Take back the power. And finally, of course, thank you all for joining me here in Crusader Kings 3. Apologies about the delay that there was no episode yesterday. Had to dig in and figure out how struggles work. Not only have I barely touched CK3 modding, but had to go in and figure all that out and change a few things around there. I think for the better. If anybody has any complaints, by all means, feel free to throw them at me. But if you complain about us not being able to finish the struggle when there was no struggle, I think you've lost your damn mind. Thank you to all of the patrons. I'm not going to do any shoutouts today because obviously this episode is... I'm recording this on the day that the last episode of Rim will come out, and it's going to throw it all out of sync and cause a total mess. So I'll simply say thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to the patrons for allowing the, on average, 3 episodes a day to come out. Probably closer to like 2.5 right now because we haven't done Oblivion for a couple of days. But thank you in the meantime for joining me, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more Crusader Kings 3.